Good motherfucking morning, motherfucking base. Good motherfucking morning, ladies. How are you all doing today? This was beautiful of Sunday mornings. It's Sunday. Can you believe it's Sunday? Sunday fun day. Fun day Sunday. Good, nice. How are you? I'm fucking fabulous, man. I am fabuloso. It's fucking snowing here. Well, that seems to be a you problem to me. You problem to me. Moan day tomorrow. That's true. It's true. I just got promoted to deputy store manager at Aldi Australia. They have Aldi in Australia. Oh shit. Here we go. Little. A little. That's true, very much true. Alright, we are back in black, ladies and gentlemen. I think my food is just about done, actually. Just about done. It needs to get out of the oven. Metzer, hi, Heathcliff official, Floppage, thank you boys. Hello, John Gunn, Proof Crowd, there's Sarge Street, thanks for subbing. Anything cool, fresh, new, exciting happening in the world today, chat? No. Oh, don't pick that up.
Incoming call from Make-A-Wish Foundation. Hello, Mr. Sebastian Force. Today we have a patient dying from stage 4 cancer, and his last wish is for you to play Terraria. Please, Forsen, do it for him.
Alright, sorry. I had to get my food here. Alright. Super. What? Could you hear me? I didn't drop a plate.
This is an amazing game so far. Mechanics and gameplay are all absolute top tier. Alright, sponsored segment ends here. Oh my god, this game is so shit! What is this thing in it? This is retarded!
What are you talking about? I literally played the whole stream after the sponsor segment. Why are you delusional? Why are you delusional, man? I'm not calling them out for their bullshit well, though. Let's see here. Let's fix this UI a little bit. Alright. Very good. Officer Grimes, thank you, man. Detron Necronix. Braille says with the gifted. Sir Wood, welcome back. Alright, we got some links, boys. We got some links. Let's check them out, shall we? Let's check them out. I got food, links. Can life be better?
Hello, Mr. Foss. Are you looking forward to Saturday tomorrow?
To what?
Love the weekends. Also, when will you visit Mozambique? One last thing, play Terraria. Foss.
It's not Saturday tomorrow.
Oh, 君か。これでも一応驚嘆を感じているよ。
Some rabbit food?
謝ることではないさ。驚きとは好意的な世界の拡大だ。私もまたそれに焦がれていたとも言える。
What the fuck is that a guy?
Hey Carlotson, Jim Bay here. Are you eating enough protein? BTW base, go watch the Minecraft movie. It's unironically the Scorsese's cinema meme. No ironic batches and everyone yelling chicken jockey. Forsen, Mr. Force. Use the Force, Mr. Forsen. You look cute today, Mr. Lego Hair Lolly.
As per usual. Motherfucker, I moved the pop filter away so I can fucking eat uninterrupted. I didn't place it optimally, you stupid cunt. Well, that's fucking shit. Stop it.
2 days ago, or 3 days ago, who's counting? Sunday, I think. I did a lecture at Tanweer Masjid in Jakarta about this topic. So I will refer you to the lecture. But in a nutshell, I don't see dogs in Jakarta. Do you have dogs? I don't see dogs. But if you go to any European country, They love their dogs like their children. And if you walk, some dogs may bark at you. When a dog barks at you, will you fall on your hands and knees and bark back? Why not? Because he's a dog. And I am a better person. If someone bullies you and says you're from the United States, for example, what is he expecting? A negative reaction. So if I becomes angry, and what are you doing? You're this, you're that. He wins, I lose. But if I ignore him and let him speak, and I just give a big smile, check my WhatsApp messages, and after 10 minutes he will feel ashamed of himself. He will feel silly. What am I doing? Everybody else would say, MashaAllah, the Sheikh is very patient, very wise. This man is crazy. Not you, of course. So, what should we do with Sweden? Now, Sweden, Germany, America, Terry Jones was in America. Then he went to Canada. You know the priest, Terry Jones, big mustache. He burned the Quran, he did, no problem. Holland, they're doing this. Are this, or is this the norm of all Swedish people? No. This is one or two. And by the way, the one who burned the Quran is from Iraq. He's not Swedish. He's a refugee. But he wants to kiss ass, excuse my French, because he wants to become Swedish citizen. So what he does, he insults Islam, he insults the Quran. So what is our reaction? Number one, yes, we are angry. Number two, our anger has a limit. We don't go to the streets, because in Islam, demonstration and protest is haram. This is what the Mushayikh, the ulama, Bin Baz, Ibn Uthaymeen, Al-Albani, Al-Fawj, the greatest scholars of our time, said it's haram. Some people say, oh, Sheikh is from Saudi, he's afraid. The protest is haram because they will put him in jail. No, I'm not afraid, I'm in Indonesia. I'm from Medan. So, Kota Pinang, it's called, my hometown. So, I'm not afraid. I say what Allah tells me to say as an obligation. I don't fear governments. Yes, if it's going to put me in trouble, I will shut up. But I will not say falsehood. If they come and say, clap, and say, good, bagos, no, I'm not going to say this. Either I say the truth 100% or I keep silent. So, protest and demonstration, according to Islam, is haram. So many times, you make a demonstration, the FBI, they say,
Welcome to the show, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dave.
My name's Regis.
Okay.
Now, Mr. President, you're here to raise money for Alzheimer's awareness. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
I'm here to raise money to help find a cure for Alzheimer's because I have what's called a vested interest, Dave.
Regis.
Okay.
All right then, Mr. President. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Question 1 for $100. Usually an easy one, don't worry. The USA is an acronym of the following phrase. The United States of A. Israel, B. Armenia, C. Iran, D. America.
Ooh, tough one. Looks like I'm gonna have to phone a friend.
Good one, Mr. President.
Yeah, no, seriously though, I'm gonna need some help here.
Oh, okay. Who would you like to call?
Let's try Mitch McConnell.
And where is Mitch calling from, Mr. President?
He's calling from right here in the United States of America.
The United States of America.
Yeah.
Well, before we start the clock, would you care to explain how Mitch McConnell, a Republican, is on your list as a phone a friend?
Well, you see, Sam.
Regis,
it's true that Mitch and I are both in different political parties, but it's important for us all to remember that although he may be a Republican and I may be a Democrat, at the end of the day, we're both members of the Uniparty.
we have Mitch on the line now, Mr. President, and your time starts now.
Mitch, the U.S. acted in the following states: A, Irania; B, Armani; 4, Iraq; 7, in Iraq.
Sorry, Joe, I didn't quite catch that. Can you repeat it?
The U.S. Iraq is the final phase. The United States, Iran; 2A, Armenia; C, Iraq; if the foothills of the Himalayas.
Joe, I have no idea what you're
So
saying.
for Christ's sake, Mitch is asking you what the A in USA stands for.
Oh, that's easy. It's...
Mitch? Mitch, are you there? His connection must have froze or something.
Give me the 50-50.
Mr. President.
Say, give me the 50-50, damn it.
All right, computer, take away 2 wrong answers and leave Joe with the correct answer and 1 remaining wrong answer.
Well, okay, I was leaning towards Armenia, so now I really don't know what to think.
I mean, you could always ask the audience.
And let a public vote make an important decision? I don't think so, pal.
Well, you know, most people find it a pretty useful lifeline, so...
Just shut up and let me think for a second. Think, Joe, think. United States, U.S. That's United States, the U.S., USA. That's it. The answer is A. A, final answer.
Joe, you had $0. And I'm afraid you still have $0. It's the wrong answer. It is, of course, the United States of America, not the United States of Israel.
You sure about that?
Good one.
Here are 5 McDonald's interview questions and answers written by our expert interviewers from monkaS.com. Question number 1. Name your 3 best qualities. Take time to consider your answer rather than rushing into it. Discuss qualities such as being a team player, having good communication skills, and being able to work under pressure. I'm well known amongst my peers for being friendly and welcoming person. I'm also reliable. I show up to work on time and do whatever I'm asked of me. Lastly, I'm dedicated to my work and give my best effort every single day. Question number 2. Why do you want to work for McDonald's? The interviewer doesn't necessarily expect you to be passionate about fast food. However, they do want to hear that you had a reason for applying beyond the fact that they were hiring and you need a job. My friend James started working.
That's the only people that
when I started looking for a job,
applying,
I recommended applying here.
You wanted to lie?
He said it's a great job with good people who are fun to work with. So I applied, and I'm looking forward to working here. Question number 3. Why do you need a job? Give an answer that goes beyond, I need the money. Talk about how you want to start gaining work experience, and McDonald's is a great place for that. I'm looking for a solid part-time job to save up for college. I also think McDonald's is a good place to build my work experience. This would be my first job, and I think I can learn a lot from working here. Question number 4. How do you deal with an angry customer while you are busy completing tasks? McDonald's serves many customers every day, and although most customers are happy, there will be an angry customer now and then. Demonstrate your ability to handle an angry customer with poise and confidence. If I encountered an angry customer while I was busy completing tasks, I would take the time to listen to their concerns and do my best to address them promptly. I believe it's important to show the customer that I'm taking their issue seriously and am willing to help them in any way I can. Question number 5. Have you ever had a conflict with a coworker? Arguments between coworkers are not uncommon. The interviewer wants to make sure that you can handle conflict calmly and professionally. Since this is my first job, I've never had a conflict with a coworker, but I did have a disagreement with a teammate on my soccer team this fall. He blamed me for losing a playoff game. A player from the other team managed to wrestle the ball away from me when I was about to score, and he argued that we would have won. What are you fucking talking about? I stayed calm and told him that I thought every game was a team effort, win or lose, but he was entitled to his opinion. He was angry with me for a while, but I didn't let it bother me. My friend suggested I go to the coach, but I didn't see the point. If his attitude wasn't hurting me or the team, it could be ignored. If it had become a problem, though, I wouldn't hesitate to bring it to the coach's attention. Preparing for your McDonald's job interview will take more practice than these 5 interview questions. Head over to monkaS.com and get 20 more questions and answers for your interview.
Oh my god. Put the fries in the bags, hunk. I don't understand. Wasn't PewDiePie in the top 15 by 2012? Oh. Katy Perry. Where's the Indian channel? I forgot what it's called. Here they come. Oh no 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 no. No 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 no. It's over. Don't you get it? Well, lol. Least biased fucking ranking. Stuff's right before. Lol.
It is important to understand how shaitan gets to us. Of course, the main tactic of shaitan is waswasa, and that is to whisper. And the waswasa of shaitan, it is to implant in our hearts an idea that should not be there. And this is a very, very evil tactic. Think about it. Our hearts are pure. We don't want to disobey Allah. Our hearts have been created to worship Allah. We want to pray, we want to enjoy religiosity, but shaitan comes and he throws something into our heart. And he causes us to think about something we never thought about doing. And he continues to persist in trying to push us to commit a sin. How evil is that? We won't even want to commit the sin. And this is generally the case, my dear brothers and sisters, when an evil thought comes and the thought even surprises us. Like, where did that come from? How am I thinking this? A'udhu billah. You yourself are disgusted by what you think you are thinking, but you think you are thinking it. It is not you who is thinking. It is shaitan who threw it into you. And that is why the existence of shaitan actually makes us realize that, alhamdulillah, Our hearts, inshallah, generally they're pure. And so we blame shaitan for the bulk of our evil. Isn't this a wisdom from Allah? When Yusuf alayhi salam, what happened, and he was saved at the end. What did he say? مِن بَعْدِ أَن نَزَغَ الشَّيْطَانُ بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَ إِخْوَتِي. It was shaitan who caused my brothers to do what they did. What a beautiful wisdom. And Ibn al-Qayyim mentions this, that we blame shaitan for the evil. It's not my brother who did this. Shaitan caused him to do it.
Must be convenient.
That you blame shaitan because he's worthy of being blamed. He is the one who did it. Then your anger is not at your Muslim brother. Your anger is not at somebody who did something. It's at shaitan who whispered them, who did the waswasa. And so because of that, your hearts can be pure towards your Muslim brothers and sisters, and you can blame shaitan. Oh, shaitan caused them to say that. Shaitan caused them to slip. Shaitan caused them to backbite. They wouldn't do it otherwise. And in fact, most of the time this is the case. And that is why it is of the greatest wisdoms of shaitan, that of the existence of shaitan, that we blame him for the evil and not mankind. And of course, of the tactics of shaitan, which really is shown in our current situation in the world today. Look at the global situation, look at the domestic situation. Of the most deadly tactics of shaitan is to break up the Muslim ummah and to cause disunity. Inna shaytana yanzaghu baynahum. Shaitan causes them to break
Satan
up. Shaitan
is a
causes
UFO,
disunity.
real
Our
and
Prophet
true.
ﷺ said that unity is from Allah and furqa or ikhtilaf is from shaitan.
Alright, the more you know. The less you wish you knew. rookie mistake. Never look behind you. Okay.
The problem with steroids is that they work. Like, really work. That's probably irresponsible for me to say, but if we're going to talk about the steroid epidemic, we need to do it honestly.
Here's a 3-week trend cycle update for you guys.
Volume trend in Thailand.
Steroids build muscle way faster than something like creatine. It's not even close. If you started taking 5 grams of creatine every day for a year straight, you'd add about 2 pounds of extra muscle. If you started taking steroids at a normal bodybuilding dose, you'd probably add about 20 pounds of extra muscle that year. But it could be more depending on your genetics and how much you take. I'm a lifetime natural bodybuilder, and these are my testosterone levels right now. 485 nanograms per deciliter. That's right around the middle of the normal range for someone my age. This is bodybuilder Chase Irons, the world's most honest, enhanced bodybuilder. He also had blood work done this month. Where do you think his testosterone levels are? Maybe double mine? Triple mine? Nope, his levels are literally off the charts. The test maxes out at 10,000 nanograms per deciliter, and his testosterone was higher than that. He openly admits to taking a lot of gear, and this shows just how big the gap between natural and enhanced can get. More people are taking steroids now than ever before. Why is that? Well, I think it's because more and more fitness influencers are opening up about their anabolic use. In theory, this honesty is a good thing. That's because anyone watching would be able to adjust their own expectations for their goals. If they're natural and they know their favorite fitness influencer isn't, they'd be able to lower their own standards and say, okay, well, now I know that result isn't achievable for me. But this kind of backfired. A lot of people didn't lower their expectations, they just started taking steroids. And the bigger problem is a lot of fitness influencers are only ever partially transparent. They say they're on steroids and they show their gains, but they rarely, if ever, show any of the bad stuff. So the only logical conclusion is that steroids are amazing. But that's misleading. So to help you understand exactly what happens to your body when you take steroids, let's inject some juice together and see what happens next. Good and bad. This is testosterone enanthate. It's one of the most common forms of steroids that people take. It's basically just a testosterone molecule with a carboxyl group attached and dissolved in a vegetable oil so you can inject it. There's also some kind of aromatic compound like benzoyl benzoate in here, which prevents bacterial growth and helps the testosterone dissolve better. When you inject the needle into your muscle, a bubble of oil is squeezed in between the individual muscle fibers, which spreads out and forms this elongated shape. The testosterone molecules then slowly make their way into the bloodstream over the course of several hours. There, enzymes called esterases cleave off that carboxyl group, and then the testosterone is carried by molecules called binding proteins to the muscle where it enters a single muscle cell. Now its job is to make that muscle cell bigger. And if that's all that steroids did, that'd be sweet, and I'd be on them. But there's a lot more that happens. For one, your heart is also a muscle. So, of course, the same thing happens there. Testosterone enters your heart cells and tells your DNA to make your heart bigger. Having a big heart sounds like a good thing, but it's really not. When your heart grows, especially one compartment called the left ventricle, the extra bulk actually makes it harder for your heart to squeeze and relax. This means your heart won't be able to pump blood as effectively, which increases your risk of heart failure. Now, I want to say, I'm not the health police. You can do whatever you want with your own body, and I've got no problem with people who enhance. But I want people to at least be aware of exactly what you're doing and the full effect it has, good and bad. For example, not many people realize that steroids affect your brain. To explain this, I wanted to find someone with scientific education and first-hand experience with steroids.
Hey.
Can you hear me okay, Mike?
Yeah. Steroids can cause in many people really high levels of anxiety. It's dose dependent. It's also compound dependent. Things like Tren cause way more anxiety than other milder compounds like Primo. So this is fun. I haven't admitted this yet, but it's not a particularly crazy admission. I recently took a validated, empirically validated, scientifically based scale for anxiety. And actually, currently, right now, I have severe anxiety disorder. It's probably the most severe type of anxiety disorder, short of like panic disorder. And that's actually right now, as I talk, that's what I have. And another one, also another psychological side effect. Some types of your intelligence degrade over time with steroid use. This was tested in people currently using steroids and people who used to use steroids. Most people are just totally unaware that steroids have that potential effect on IQ reduction.
Surely they weren't retarded to begin with.
Quality that you probably want to hang on to most of it as much as you have. It's a real serious thing to trade off.
That tracks with the science. This 2021 study took 3D MRI scans of the brains of over 200 weightlifters.
Did you ever take steroids or any supplements like creatine in the past when you were going to the gym? Never steroids. I did take creatine though.
Brain age gap. That means when they looked at the natural brains, their brain age matched their actual age. But the brains of the enhanced lifters looked much older than they should look for someone their age. Their brains were aging faster than they should.
Creatine is a meme? Well, apparently, if you compare the two.
At a normal bodybuilding dose, you probably add about 20 pounds of extra muscle that year.
It's like 7 times, right? 7 times steroids, 7 times more effective.
Could be more depending on your gym.
But creatine doesn't really have any side effects other than the fact that it binds water. So you might, drink more or pee more or whatever.
So hot.
That's so hot.
Marvellous, Mr. LaRue, marvellous. I love you.
They always do, dear. Now, how about just one more encore? One more, they deserve me, the darling.
Okay, Matthew, take Mr. LaRue's trunk to his car.
Very good. The only JTS, Sipfel, GTH, and iFood 21MTD. Nazru, welcome back. Welcome, boys.
No problem. See you. Yeah. Yeah. Are you're not Muslim?
No, I'm not.
Yet.
I'm trying to get him to convert.
So what are you? Do you believe in a specific religion?
But I like to read religious texts because it's interesting and maybe I'll find something I find.
What about the idea of God's existence? Do you believe in a creator, higher power?
I feel like it's a bit reductive to reject it entirely.
You reject it?
No, I don't.
It's reductive to reject it, you're saying. Okay. So what is your position on it?
I like to think that if there's any divine being there, kind enough to let me know that...
Is it okay if you come a little bit closer? Because I can't hear you what you're saying, sorry.
I like to think that if there is a God, they'll be cool enough to let me know that they exist.
Okay. How would they let you know they exist?
Well, this is the problem. The argument is that they let us know that we exist by the sheer miracle of existence. But existence isn't always fun, so I don't know if there is a God who's kind of the time.
So, let me ask you this question. If this life was a test, and that test is whether you will believe in God and follow His commands, and whether you would reject Him, would it make sense for God to give you a sign that He exists while He's testing you whether you would believe in Him or not?
My main issue is that I am not entirely convinced in the merits of the notion of free will. The idea that I'm being tested, therefore, is kind of uncomfortable to me if I don't believe that I can make decisions in any other way that I've made decisions before.
I don't believe you.
Sorry?
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
Yeah. I know you live your life knowing that you have a free will to choose what you do, what you're choosing. You believe you chose to come here. You believe you're speaking to me now by choice and you can walk away anytime you want.
I can walk away, but I only came here because I know this exists.
No. But you came here assumes that you made a choice.
Not necessarily.
You said I came here. I was not forced to come here.
That's a semantic argument.
My God.
Arguably, the very...
No,
so
I'm
dumb.
talking about what you believe.
No, I know. But I haven't been convinced yet.
No, it's not about being convinced, but you agree with me. You operate on your life based on you choosing things that you know you're choosing things that no one is forcing you.
Because I've never...
This guy is too fucking dumb to even grasp the concept.
You don't believe that I should be blamed for that.
That's not my argument. My argument is essentially, you're trying to say that morality doesn't exist.
No. I'm trying to say that if I do that, I should not be held accountable because it was something forced I didn't have a choice in.
Well, that's what you're saying. That essentially morality can exist and free will doesn't. When if you kind of take an irreligious position, morality only exists as the things that justify logically actions that must happen as a result of free will.
Okay.
So I'm curious. I've never.
No, but how do you, but I didn't feel like you gave me an answer about what you just said. You know.
I've had various priests.
We're having a nice discussion. I'm not trying to trap you or anything like that.
My religious background is mainly Catholic.
Okay.
And I've had various discussions with priests and religious officials that I know, who've always tried to convince me that free will is an absolute given. But I've never really been comfortable in my mind that the decisions I've made in life could ever have gone any other way than the way that they have.
Okay.
So I struggle with that.
No. Actually, the Quran has a very interesting verse about that. Is that the people, the Quran says what you're saying, and it says that people who don't believe use that as an excuse not to believe.
Interesting.
Right? So it says that قال الذين كفروا لو شاء الله. Those who disbelieve, they said, if Allah willed, you would not have disbelieved. right? So Allah says this is how they disbelieve and this is how their ancestors disbelieve, using that excuse.
So it's an excuse then?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't believe you, and I know that deep down you know that you're living in. When you do your day-to-day things, you do them based on you making your choices. But when it comes to belief in God, all of a sudden this idea of free will comes into the picture, which to me is a bit inconsistent. It is like the same people who come to me and say, I do not know if this existence is real.
It's not inconsistent at all.
It's the same hypocrisy. I say, okay, why don't you go in front of the bus and jump on top of the building? Why don't you live your life based on the claims that you make that this life might not be real? No, you live your life that this life is real. But when I talk to you about God's existence, oh, maybe not everything exists, maybe we're not. When it comes to God, all of a sudden there is a complete different kind of argumentation when it comes to God. Complete different criteria. Why? Because there is deep within the person does not want to believe in a creator.
Well, obviously it's terrifying. Because there's always the fear that if one is wrong, one is definitely sins. I don't believe necessarily that there's such a clear distinction between free will and a kind of divine theodicy understanding of the world and daily life. Because I still struggle to believe that my
In this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or not? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control, even over his own will.
Free will or not. If you believe in a creator, no, if you accept the idea of existence of a creator, if you don't accept the idea of existence of a creator, you have to believe you don't have free will. Now, if you believe in a creator, you cannot reconcile between the two, logically. If you don't believe in a creator, when I say creator, I mean you believe in an all-powerful, all-knowledgeable entity, right? Yes. So you cannot reconcile between an all-powerful, all-knowledgeable entity that wells...
An all-knowingly entity, alright. He would know exactly what you would do, from birth till you're dead. So is there really a choice then? If he can know every single thing that will happen? Not really. It's kinda contradicting.
I guess that's it.
What?
Hey guys, I guess that's it.
Satan's UFO connection revealed. Unfortunately, this video is not available in my country. I'm afraid. I would love to watch it, but it looks like it cannot be done, sir. Our favorite history channel, SPN coding for 1 year, is Sadie.
I am a Steve. I am a Steve. I am Steve. I am a Steve.
I am Steve. I am Steve. Alright boys, we're done with Los Lincos. Alright, Los Lincos. I had a little enlightenment. Alright, I had a little enlightenment. I thought of a build, a Forsen build, boys. We're gonna give it one more death, alright? One more death. And then we shall move on. I level a little bit, not really, level 5 or something. Since we died at the very end. We are fucking good to go here. Playing. Ah, fuck.